he got me an English Rapidex book in which Hindi to English translation was there. And he would tell me that every day you have to learn one page. I would be reading Hindi sentences because he can't speak English. Yes.
Anyways, well, we do have a topic for today's session. It's one of my favorites, childhood. So let's
Childhood.
start. Would you like to go ahead with this?
So I actually want a random conversation because I have spoken about all 12 sessions in my previous classes and I have uploaded them on my YouTube.
That's fine by me. And if you want, we can take some different questions from the same topic. Okay?
Yeah, that's all
Because
right.
I was kind of interested. Okay, all right. I won't be taking any questions from this, like the topic which you get. I will be asking my own questions. So, okay, let's start with this one. Do you remember any funny incident from your childhood, like which you can recall, and whenever you recall it, you have a little laugh?
Yes, I do remember one such incident, which
Would
I
you
would
like to
like to
share?
share here.
Oh,
Of
thank
course,
you.
yes, sir. Why wouldn't I? In fact, I am a YouTuber and I upload this video on my YouTube channel, so all my viewers will also have this entertaining session in a way.
Right,
Okay,
please go
I
ahead.
remember I was in class 2 or maybe 1 when I
Mhm.
scored very less. I mean, I failed in my class test, and my
Mhm.
teacher had asked that everyone has to get this paper signed by your parents. And I didn't want to show it to my parents because I failed in that. And teacher had written very poor on my paper. I remember. And I didn't want my parents to see. So I took my father's signature from somewhere and I tried to copy him and I signed it on my own. My silly mind didn't work more than that. I thought I was very cunning at that moment, but you get caught very easily because you are a child anyway. So my teacher caught me and then she tried asking me multiple times who did this. And I
Mhm.
refused. I refused to answer her correctly because I knew that if I answered her correctly, she would call my parents and get them in the head office, and then I'll be punished more. First, for not getting good marks, and second, for lying. And I did not agree. I kept refusing that. No, I didn't sign it. My parents signed it. Then at last, my teacher said that if you don't answer it now, because it was the time for all students to leave, and she told me that I will lock the washroom and keep you inside the washroom, and you will not get to go home. You will be locked inside the washroom. And then I got scared, and then I answered her that yes, I signed it on my own. I scored very less. And then she
Uh,
slapped me. She slapped me. And later she called my parents also. So, anyhow, whatever I was feeling to escape from, I couldn't escape anything. And I had to
mhm.
go through all the punishments, not for a day, maybe for weeks, because I was punished horribly for lying, for cheating, for not scoring well, for not studying, everything. So I remember. Now I
It
find
was a
it
funny
funny.
one. And how did your parents react?
Of course, my mom was always very strict about this. She would teach me good manners and she started questioning her own values and morality, thinking that am I not a good mother? What not I do for this child? And my child is becoming horrible. What will happen to her in future? She started lying from this young age and so much, so much. I cried and they punished me also very badly. And the punishment would be also very silly for them, but for me it was a huge and
Oh,
enormous thing to happen to me for not allowing to play, not getting any toys, not having any moment to talk with any of my friend, telling my friends to go away because I'm not a good girl. They will also learn like me if they start talking to me.
hmm.
So it happened
So
like
you were
that.
right. You deserve the punishment. Forging signatures. That's not a good thing. Anyways, so well, I can assume you had a fulfilled childhood, like on terms of enjoyment and entertainment thing. But still, like if you have given a chance to add something to your childhood,
Mm.
so what would that be?
More of play. I didn't get much to play. with my friends. I had just one or two friends, and that too,
Mm,
my father wouldn't allow me to play with because he
mm,
was very concerned about my studies always. This is what I feel that I deserved, but I couldn't get it. But today I don't complain because whatever he did to me is the result of what I am today, being confident, being fearless, being
mm,
able to talk in front of 100 people, 1,000 people. I have learned public speaking, and the training started from a very young age. So I
mm.
appreciate that, and I thank my father for that today. But my playtime could have been added in my young age, which couldn't be added because he would ask me that whenever we have vacation, summer vacation,
Mm.
if I'm going to my village, native place, he got a Rapidex book. I still remember that in my class 4, when I had my summer vacations first day, he got me an English Rapidex book in which Hindi to English translation was there. And
Mm.
he would tell me that every day you have to learn one page. I would be reading Hindi sentences because he can't
Mhm.
speak English. So he said, I will be reading Hindi sentences and you have to repeat the answer to me in English. So he made me learn the sentences in my summer vacations back then when I was in class 4. So I remember all these things, which is a part
Hey,
of
you won't
my
believe me.
learning.
Even my father bought me the same book 5 years ago. I still have this one. When you were telling me
Okay.
about the Rapidex book, I was looking at it like why it is still here.
Is it Hindi to English translation or is it
Uh,
another
I'm not
language?
sure. You can have a look at it. Let me grab it. One.
Oh,
If you
yes.
can say.
Yes, yes. It's blur. It's blur. I can't see it. Ha, ha, ha. Now I can see it. Rapidex. Same book of the publication 2005. I have with me, yet kept.
It's a although not that much old, like maybe 5 to 6 years.
Okay. Okay. So this shows how
Okay.
keen our parents are in teaching their children this language which they couldn't speak. So they know how
Ah,
fancy this language is and what they couldn't do, their children should be doing. Now, when I speak well, my father watches me and then he feels that, oh, whatever his dream was is being fulfilled now because I'm able to speak well and not just speak well, but show enormous confidence also in front of people. Although I lack vocabulary, maybe I don't claim that I'm perfect,
mm,
but confidence is there, which covers and conceals your uh, hidden problems, or maybe
mm.
what do we say? Whatever you are
Uh,
lacking within you, and your insecurities too. It covers everything if you express confidence. That's what I feel.
oh well, the confidence is the right word if you're looking for that. Anyways, so what do you think? Like, if you were born in a different country, like now we all know about, the typical Indian middle class family. If you are born in such a family, you will have certain things you can relate with any single person of your age group, like this rapid X books and the school punishment thing, of course. Who can forget that? And other stuff like watching DD1 and oh, my one of the favorite ads, washing powder Nirma. I don't know
Washing.
why. I still sing it with the rhyme. Even if it is written, I will read it in the rhyme in my mind. Anyways, so if you're born in a different country, what do you think? Like, what kind of childhood you can imagine yourself?
I believe that I am thankful to God for being born in India and having such cultured and strict parents. Indian culture is what I admire and I respect, and I ask other tradition people also to follow, because I believe that if I was born in other nation, I would be such a spoiled child, because although I had so strict parents, still I managed to lie them.
Anyways, so yeah, right. Let's go ahead with this one. In present times, like the word which is as it is right now, 2 or let's say 3 decades ago, word which we know was not the same. Like the difference was huge, and the way parents used to raise their children, it was very different. Like in present times, raising a children, the way the parenting is, it's not like even 10 to 20% of that which was earlier in the past. So what do you think? Like which one is the easier? Raising your children in present times versus raising a child in past. What do you think?
I feel, sir, decade doesn't matter or doesn't come into play unless and until our parents adopt a good parenting style. Because I have seen that even in our decade where we were nourished and nursed in our childhood, even those days, I have had my friends whose parents would pamper their children all the time. If they started crying and asking for something, they would easily feed them with that stuff, whatever they asked for. And today, when I see them, they have not evolved over the time and uh, they have not learned anything from their life. They have spoiled their career. They have spoiled unless and until the child himself or herself is willing to perceive the environment and take some bold decision and decide that he is going to work for his career, irrespective of what parenting style he had been raised with. But most of the children who do not get a proper nursing and a strict environment in their childhood, I believe this, that if they don't get this, they usually don't tend to form their future or shape them in a particular enriching way. So I believe that this is the case. If a person is ready to nourish his child in every aspect, like listening to child, also fulfilling his demand also, and also knowing where to stop the child, everything, also pampering him, but also being strict, I feel this kind of parenting style will be helpful for all children, and whichever decade they are raised in, they will grow up to be a good human being with good
Mhm.
values.
All right. Well, let's come to the topic of adults. Like enough talks for the childhood. We all are adults. So let's
Yeah,
take a question
I
from
know.
that too. There is a saying, like maybe you have heard it somewhere. We shouldn't let the child inside us die. Like, people
Correct,
often do say
correct,
it. So,
correct.
how much you agree with this statement?
Uh, I believe this saying is adopted by every human being who is being successful in his life. He doesn't let the child inside him die, because of which he feels that he is enjoying his life. At the same time, he is being responsible for his duties, his finance, his career, everything. At the same time, he is not stressing out too much for that,
Mm-hmm.
living the life in the present and being very open to everything, accepting flaws, accepting happiness, accepting everything, and not trying to pretend something what they are not. For example, if I'm talking to you right here, I believe that I am very honest, and whatever I believe, whatever I feel, I will utter it, irrespective of what the other person is thinking. Although it should not harm anyone in any way, it should be in a polite manner, but at the same time, we should be enjoying the process, whatever we are doing,
That's true.
the way I'm interacting with you, and I'm enjoying. So I feel that I am here a child. I'm not being responsible, talking to you like a matured person. Yes, sir. Yes. Yes. Speak so what? Not like that. I'm being
Yeah.
very honest and a child here itself. So I don't know where the child comes in as an adult, where I feel that I'm still a child.
Uh, okay, I was about to ask that. Like when you reach at the age like 25, 26. So,
Correct.
okay, personally, what do you think? Like how much childish you are at your age?
That I feel you can decide, and my viewers who watch my videos can decide.
Ah,
How would I know?
I would
I
like to
don't know.
ask the score. On the scale of 0 to 10, how much would you rate yourself?
I would rate myself, maybe I don't know, but I would rate myself somewhere
Ah,
around 6 or 7,
okay.
6 or 7, because at times when
Hmm.
I feel that the person in front of me or dealing with me is trying to be very strict towards his profession or not ready to mingle with me, then I feel I need to stay away. I need to respond to him as much as required, not beyond moderate level. Then I feel that it is essential for us to behave like a matured person only, not trying
Okay,
to
we
be
do
a
have a
child.
one word for that kind of person. We call them grumpy. Like, when you
Grumpy,
get, anyways, any questions from your side?
no, sir, no question. I feel that I have already asked so many questions to you in the previous session when we met first time. No, this is a third
Mhm.
meeting actually, not first.
Yeah, it's third one.
I'm
Like
meeting
the
you
first
third.
one was 2 or 3 months before. The second one
Yes,
was 1 month, and
yes,
here we are meeting
yes,
for the third time.
yes.
Anyways,
Correct.
as for the feedback, well, it's really hard to figure out mistake in your speaking skills. Grammatically, everything was correct, but
Okay.
I do have a suggestion. Like maybe I have told you earlier too. Try
To
to get a
work on.
certain rhythm, and yeah, that's everything was fine.
Okay, sir. Okay.
I hope you
Thank
enjoyed
you,
the
sir.
session.
Thank you. Yes, sir. Of course, I did very much.
All right.